Next is financial revolution. The Father wants to entrust all of these things to us while we are physically alive. Deuteronomy chapter 28, 1 to 14. But He has to change us, change our poverty mentality. What is financial revolution? It is the entrustment of all the Father's material and spirit and material, physical, and financial blessings to His children while they are alive, and do not lose their spirituality. So it is the dethronement of the spirit of poverty. The spirit of poverty is a mental problem. It is a spiritual problem. It is not problem of your environment or problem of where you came from. You are born poor, you will die poor. It's not like that. It is a spiritual malady that is caused by the curse of our deception. That is being overthrown. So always the spirit of lack, it is the spirit of laziness, it is the spirit of doubt and negativity, it is the spirit of selfishness, it is the spirit of greed, that is the spirit of poverty. That must be cast out. The spirit of poverty, you give people blessings, you give and give and give. They get and get and get and get, and there's not enough. They're still poor. So that must be rejected. That must be cut off. It's the spirit of greed and selfishness. Only for me, for me, for me. When that spirit of laziness and greed and selfishness is cast out, this is the spirit of poverty. The spirit of generosity comes in because blessings comes from giving. That's why He said, give and it shall be given back to you. Kingdom nations of sons and daughters are taught this very spiritual concept of financial revolution. We are a nation, kingdom nation of givers. That's why the overflowing blessings does not stop, because that is the secret of blessing. Give, give, give. A spirit of generosity, a spirit of giving makes you the channel of blessings that comes from above. But look, what the devil taught us is the spirit of greed. What can I have for me, mine, myself? Enthronement of self. What can I have this? How can I have this? They quarrel because I don't have enough money. They compare the blessings with other people. You have enough, I have not. I am jealous of you. Instead of focusing on what they can give, they only want to get. Well, it's not all about money. It's all about an attitude. It's all about a habit. It's all about a culture of giving. If you don't have money, what can you give? Give of your love. Love others. Help others. Love others and help others. Other people who are in the spirit of poverty, before you can squeeze love out of them, you have to really hammer their head. They're like as hard as a coconut. Before you can get the juice out of them, you have to crack them with a hammer. Kingdom citizens are not like that. Kingdom citizens are like sponges. They give off water right away, even if you don't squeeze it. It goes through them. It goes through the pores of their skin. They are full of love. They are full of joy. They are full of peace. They are full of kindness. And other people, before you can get that out of them, my God, you have to kill them. You have to strangle them. You have to be a monster like Hitler before they can give out of something that is sweet. Kingdom citizens are not like that. We are like the sweetest of all. Generous to give and contribute love. Generous to contribute joy. Other people live without joy in their lives. What can they contribute? It's all the spirit of dryness. Have you seen an orchard like a mango plantation, which is so dry, full of leaves, but no fruits? It's nothing. But I have seen mango trees, barely have leaves, but the fruits, oh my God, they look like leaves, but they are fruits already. So nice to behold. That is how the Father would like us to be. Fruitful in everything that we do, especially in the spiritual realm of giving out what we have from within. So, I'm imagining why a Filipino was chosen to become an appointed son of God. I can just see how our OFWs are going out abroad as overseas Filipino workers. Mostly the women goes to like Hong Kong, others to Saudi or other countries. And most of them are called maids. You know, even in Hong Kong and Singapore, the Chinese, they entrust their children to the nannies who are Filipinos. You know why they love the Filipinos? Because naturally, the Filipino attitude is very kind and loving, even though they are not their own children. So when these people grow up, when these Chinese children grows up, they look at their nannies as though they are their mothers. It's very hard to just separate them from him or from them. They cry. They love the nannies more than their mothers. Even Prince Charles, Prince William in Britain, you know, his nanny was a Filipina until he grew up. And when he was like going to his wedding, he came to stop and greet his Filipina nanny. He calls it nanny, like a mother to him. Nurtured him until he grew up with love and compassion and kindness. That is our last natural resources that has been exploited by foreigners because we are just natural in loving, natural in hospitality, naturally kind. That's why many times the Filipinos get abused because of that. They are so kind. Even in World War II, you know, there is a trait of Filipino left that are so kind that when the Japanese came, they just passed through them. Because when the Japanese invaded the Philippines, they went through Bohol. And you know what the Bolanon did? That's why there's no war in Bohol during World War II. There is no invasion of the Japanese there. They met the Japanese with banda. They sang, they welcomed them, put garlands on them, and they said, you can use our house, you can use our municipality, municipal hall, it's all yours while you are here. Oh, and the Japanese were very happy. They just went through and went to other islands because these people here are, you know, welcoming them. There's nothing here. So we love them and they love us. And so there was no conflict. That's why the Bolanons, when there is war everywhere, they would say, let us go home to Bohol. There's no war there. It's true. In World War II, there was no war there because the Japanese just went through and they thank all the Bolanons for not really opposing them. So this trait of kindness and hospitality has been ingrained in the Filipino mind and in the Filipino heart. That is one of the reasons why I see why the Father chose a Filipino for that kind, because I have to display in my spirit, which is not so hard to change, the spirit of joy, peace, love, kindness, goodness, meekness, and most of all, long-suffering. Filipinos are very long-suffering people. They suffer long. They're like their beast of burden, the carabao. Look at the carabaos, the water buffaloes that we have. You can abuse them, and they will still be walking like this and, use them for plowing your field and then just barely eat, go to the water just to drink, and then you use them again until they get old. That is how long-suffering the Filipinos are. But for others, they cannot suffer that long. They cannot suffer, being deprived of many, many things, but still happy. During the Yolanda, which is the biggest storm that happened on human history, it went through Tacloban and killed about more than 10,000 people. People are walking zombies like that. But when they meet a journalist, they have lost all their families. You ask them, they still can smile. Yes, I lost all my family. Praise God. But still happy. How can that be? The Father has given us that gift so that He has produced a son from this country. Because if I'm not long-suffering, you will not all be here today. Especially those that are close to me, that has become a pain in my neck all day. You cannot be with me, even for one day. I will not suffer you. But look, the Father has given me that gift, because that gift is what was displayed on the cross of Calvary when He suffered for humanity, and they abused Him, they crucified Him, and they mocked Him. But still He said, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. And this is the ministry of the appointed Son right now. So that these are the traits displayed in us. This generosity of the Spirit is what gives us the financial blessings that others only envy us of. Why? Because of this generosity that we have, we became a channel of blessings to all other people who needs our help, not only spiritually, but also physically, financially, and materially. That's why the Father has poured out His Spirit of blessings to us. Give, and it shall be given back to you. Good measure, pressed down, shaken together, shall men give into your bosom. For with what measure you meet, it shall be measured to you again. So that's why, all over the world, regardless of your race, regardless of your culture, regardless of your religion, when the kingdom message pushes through, and you have this message of enlightenment in financial revolution, kingdom citizens, sons and daughters, are the most giver of all. They give of their love, they give of their time, they give of their sacrifices. Up to the last meal, if it is needed for the kingdom glory, they will give that. That is why there is unstoppable blessing in the kingdom wherever we go. The Father blesses us. Open doors of blessing to us that nobody can stop. It keeps on progressing like that.